guys, so in this video I'll be teaching you how to solve a 5x5. So before we get into the video, please consider liking and subscribing if you find this content helpful so that you can get more. So the first thing that I'd like to say is I do require you to already know how to solve two cubes, the 3x3 and the 4x4, mainly because our last stage will be solving this as if it's a 3x3 because we'll be using a reduction method. And I also ask that you know how to solve a 4x4 purely because of edge pairing and some center creations. So anyway, let's get straight into the video. So the first thing I'd like you to understand, and we'll be using this a lot especially for our last two centers, is how to use commutators to swap pieces. So all I need to do is I need to swap this with this. So what we'll do is we'll use a commutator for this. So I want to put these effectively in the same position. So this one is down here in the bottom right of the front face, and this is in the bottom right of the top face. Now I want to move this up to where it needs to go and then move it away. So notice I don't want to do this because I don't want it still in this line. So I want to then push it over here and bring it up again, undo my first move, and then undo my second move. And that would be how we swap two pieces, and we'll be using this to create our centers, as it's not just like with the 4x4. If you do want to understand more a bit about commutators, I will create a video soon and get that up on my channel about it, and when it is, it will be linked in the description. So let's get into our first step and scramble up the cube. Hi, so now let's get into our tutorial. So what we'll be doing is we'll be doing this the same way that we do with something like a 4x4, where we start off creating the centers, then we pair up the edges, and then we go ahead and we solve this like a 3x3. But on this, we can't just put our centers wherever we want because there is a fixed centerpiece. This will always be opposite this. I can't create a yellow face here with a white face here. So what we want to do is we want to build up these centers, and the way I like to do this is initially build up an inside row, and then we want to build up these outside sort of bars. So what I've got is I've got this outside bar and inside bar, and I've got an outside bar here. So let's look around here. I've got a piece, and we can match that up like this and just put it up to the top. And now we want to create this little sort of bar here. So I want to build up this piece, and you should roughly know how to do this fairly intuitively. This step isn't too hard, so we just kind of again want to put that up, and now we've created this bar, so we move over and we do the yellow one next. But unlike what's unfortunate though is we can't just do this, is it breaks this bar. So what we need to do is we need to make it so if I want this to go here or something, what I need to do is I want to bring it up on the same side as where one already is, like with obviously 4x4, and then spin it around and bring it back down. And now we can go ahead and build up these sort of side bars. So I've got a centerpiece here, and I'll just attach one of the more sort of corner pieces, and I'll do that for the same at the top. And now I can just bring it up, and let's do our last sort of yellow bar. So I'll match up the centerpiece in this, and then we'll do it again here. So this bit should be pretty intuitive. So now let's work on a blue. So I want to attach two centerpieces, but as we're going in a sideways direction instead of up and down, we don't need to worry about undoing it like this. So let's just find another centerpiece, and now I need a corner piece to go here. So what we want to do, and now just bring that up to the top. I want to get the center up. Now for this piece here, what I want to do is I want to bring it down. Actually, we can do a few things. So we can spin it around, and then bring it up. And now we just sort of sort it out. Either way, so basically we just kind of want to build up these almost center pieces until it's done like this. So now I move on to the red. And as we've already got the blue built up, we do want to be careful as to not destroy it. So whenever we do a move, you don't want to undo it as to restore what we had. Now this, and let's just bring it up like this. And we'll do the same thing here, undo that. And now we've built up our red center like so. So now we're on to our last two. And here what's good is we've already got our inside bar made. And we've got an outside bar already made as well. So we can just insert that like this. But now what I need to do is I need to swap these. So I use the use of what's called a commutator. So I'm going to line these up so they're effectively in the same position. Now I push that to the top where it needs to go. Slide it away, bring it up again, back, undo the first move. And now we've done our centers. So let's move on to edge pairing. Okay, so what we want to look for is we want to look for one to begin with that's already kind of done. So here, I notice I've only got one piece to put in. So I'm going to put that in like this. And now I want to find the other piece that goes alongside it, which is down here. So I'll just insert that. Now I can't insert it to the bottom like this. What I need to do is have it onto the top. And you should know how to just flip a piece. And once we've done that and matched it up, what I'm going to do is we want to slice it, get the entire edge pair done, and after we've done that, we just want to bring it up to the top and undo the slice. And now let's have a look around the cube for one that's also sort of mostly done, like this one here. So what I want to do is I want to look around, I want to find this, oh don't drop the cube, I want to find this red piece here, which is over here, but it's all the way over here, but that's fine. I'll just do a double slice to match it up. Then I want to insert it onto the top like this and undo the double slice. So now we've got these two edge pairs done. And what we're doing is we're inserting sort of random edges, the same way we do as in the 4x4 tutorial. If you don't know how to solve either of these cubes, please go and watch my video on it. So we'll look around the cube again for one that's mostly somewhat done. So there isn't really any that are actually done. So what we can do is let's just do this. So I think to save time is I'm going to take this out and I want to flip it like this so I can match it up and do so. But remember, I've got 3 different layers I can slice. So what I want to do is I want to find the other red and blue piece and I want to put it in this top layer. So here it is, and let's just insert it, and now we can slice all 3, and we've sliced 3 layers, we insert it into the top, now we undo the slices, and now we've sort of inserted a random edge. So we'll look around for more that are maybe potentially done, but there aren't really any, so we'll just pick another one again. I'm going to decide this time to go with these two, as we've already got these two kind of matched up. Now what we want to do is we want to look around, find the red and yellow, which we want to find another one, which is down here. So we'll just insert that up here like this, flip the cube over, and do a triple slice. And then we undo our slice moves as such. And now we've got no more random edges on the top, so we've got to flip our cube over, and all of a sudden we can look here. I keep dropping the cube, sorry. So I've got 2 here, and I've got the other red and white one here. So I just want to insert that to the bottom, slice over, bring it up to the top. Most of edge pairing is pretty similar, and again I've got these 2 which I can slice over. And yeah, as I say, it's mostly quite similar actually to in the 4x4. So here I've got that slice over there. So what I want to do is I want to then put that like this, and then undo the slices. So yeah, it's effectively the same edge pairing, except we're having to deal with 3 instead of obviously just 2. So now I've got these 2 which can match up. So let's just insert this to the bottom as such. Match them up. Insert a random edge and we're done. Now we've got no more random edges on the top and no more random edges on the bottom. So what I'm going to have to do is I'll need to insert a good edge up here, and then this needs to go into the top, so I'll put it up here. Now what I've got is I've got a bad on here, but this will be undoing our slice, it will be fine. We've got now another random edge up here that we can put in and undo our slice move with. Now we've got 3 left to do, so we can do this again. What I need to do is I want to pair these, rather than pairing up all 3 in one go, I just want to pair up 2 at a time now. So I want to now put this into the top layer, pair them up, and undo the slice. So now I've got this which is partially paired up, and as this is on the top, these need to go on the bottom. And now I've got this one good edge here, so I can just slice it. But here what I am on is I am on to my last 2 edges. Just like on 4x4, what we've got to do is we've got to use what's called the flipping algorithm. But unfortunately, this wouldn't work. So what I need to do is I need to make it so we've got 2 of the same edges like this. And then I slice it over, flip, and do it. And now that solves this. But this here is what we call a parity. And what happens is these 2 need to flip. So if I show you it on a 4x4, so what we see is we want to ignore the corners right now. This is an edge parity, so ignore these 2. What we see is that white is facing us with orange facing up. That isn't that this is just facing the other way. What's happened is these 2 have flipped. So if we sort of were to trace these pieces, whether just the pen drawing it, just so that I could show you. Maybe it doesn't work doing that. So either way, what we want to look is if we just follow this piece here, and we'll see where it goes. It might be hard, so we've got to keep an eye on this, and it's now in the back. And now it's here, and what they did was rather than just flipping that orientation, what they did was both pieces switched. Rather than just going along like this, what happened was they flipped over each other and they actually went like that. And that's what we'll want to do the same thing here on this parity. We want not to change the orientation of these 2 as such, we want to flip them. So this piece needs to go over here and this piece needs to go over here. And in doing so, we'll change the orientation. So it's the exact same parity case as on the 4x4, except we ignore this middle line. So what we want to do is do this algorithm up top. And it will leave us like this. So what we want to do is we just want to undo this middle slice. And now we've got no more parities. So we just want to finish off this cube like normal in a 3x3 stage. Whether you want to use ruse, C4, anything really. All we're doing is we're now just solving it as if it was a 3x3. So you can use C4, ruse, ZZ, whatever method you're most comfortable with. I'm personally using CFOP as it's the one I'm most familiar with. And then it's unlike 4x4, we don't get the sort of parity which does look like this. where we only need to flip these two, or we don't get the one which ends up looking at this, where we've got two adjacent ones that need flipping. We don't get that, as this is an odd number puzzle. So here I just have to finish it off with a U-perm, and that would be how we solve it. So the main thing to understand is it is the same as a 4x4, and what we have to do though is when building our centres, we need to build an inside bar and then we build the two outside bars, and we have to use commutators on our last two. And then on edge pairing, it's essentially the same, except we're dealing with 3 edges instead of obviously just 2. And that sort of parity is the same, but it looks different. We only have one form of parity on the 5x5. So anyway, I hope this video has helped. Please like, subscribe if it has helped, and thanks for watching.